All right, infernal blessings. We are back with another video. All right, so it is the day after Christmas, December 26th, 2023. As 2023 is officially winding down, I got a couple more days. Before I get into what I want to discuss here, let me run through the announcements. Let me put the first announcement out there, very important. So hopefully everybody sees this. I did update the social media pages, the YouTube, and for those on Patreon, you should have got a notice. I updated you also on Patreon. I've changed, I've moved it up one day earlier. The 2023 end of the year 2024 prophecy class, that will take place Thursday night, December 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, please make note of that. That'll take place Thursday, December 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are a Patreon member, you got a personal notification, right? You got that. I believe I did it the other day or yesterday. I can't remember when. I think I did it yesterday. Also, I've updated the date and the time on the Instagram page, Primordial Chaos 9. And I also updated it on the Facebook page, Primordial Chaos. And I've also updated it on the YouTube page. Okay? So that will take place, again, Thursday, December 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I'll be recapping 2023, doing a lot of work at this time, personal work, a lot of messages from the spirits, the gods, the goddesses, and the demons, helpful information for you that I will share so you have a prosperous 2024. Okay, I will be doing on-the-spot quick readings for those in the room. It's really going to be a real good class, a strong way to close off 2023 and prepare for 2024. All right, if you want to sign up and you're not on Patreon, that information is on Primordial Chaos 9 on Instagram and Primordial Chaos on Facebook and in the community section on the YouTube page. All right, so please make a note of that. Also, if you are interested in a spiritual reading, a 2024 yearly forecast reading, as I've said before, extremely busy and booked right now, so give it at least a few days or more when you book. Send me the days and times you're available, a full 7 days, full availability. Don't just send me one day you're available or two. That doesn't work. Never works, even if it's this time of the year, because as the many amount of people that I deal with. So you have to give me a full list of days and times you're available, please. Time zone you're in, that'll speed up the process, and I can get you as many available dates that work with your schedule. If you're interested in that yearly forecast reading, please, when you send an email, put in the subject box 2024 yearly forecast reading so it stands out. If you're interested in any other reading that I offer, Clepothic demonic reading, Santa Muerte reading, Egyptian oracle reading, shadow work reading, deity reading, any of the aforementioned, or you're interested in a spiritual consultation, shoot me an email at khnum19@gmail.com and we'll get that booked for you. If you want to sign up for classes, right? Best way to do that, only way to do that, is go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join. Tier 3 will give you access to all of the 3 private monthly classes I do every month on Patreon for Patreon members only, plus the group ritual that we do together at the end of the month. Also, when you join, you don't just get access to the classes from the day you join moving forward. You do get access to everything in the archives going back 3+ years, all the class work, the ritual work, all the continual ongoing series, and I have a bunch of them. Go to the page and check it out. They're continually ongoing. New content is constantly being added. I cover pretty much majority of occult topics that you can think of. I'm always open to suggestions. But as I said on the Patreon page, I go in a lot more in depth, a lot more personal. We discuss and talk about things there, that I wouldn't talk about openly on YouTube. There's over 39 group rituals. Everything is archived on the Patreon, categorized in the collection section in chronological order. So you can take these classes from class 1 and work your way up in between, as new classes are being constantly added. All right. And there's also 39 group rituals, doesn't count all the ritual work that's done in addition to the various different ongoing series of classes that we have. So if you're looking to take that, your spiritual path to that next level, that path to self-mastery, patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, tier 3. That's the tier you want to join. Also, check us out on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 9, and 2 words on Facebook, Primordial Chaos. That's where you keep up with the latest happenings, classes, announcements, things that are going on. If you're not on Patreon, I encourage you to get on Patreon, especially those that'll be in the end of the year class. Got a lot of good stuff prepared for 2024, but we'll get to that when we get into that class. Also, take a mental note. 7th Annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference, October 2024. More to come on that as we get into next year. Don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, available on Spotify, all major podcast platforms. The direct link to the podcast, my contact email address, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of that information is in the description box of this video you are watching right now. All right, you see the title. The 12 Days of Christmas, ritualizing Luciferian energy, dark, all these things, ritualizing these 12 days. So I came up with something. Well, first, infernal blessings, and a special infernal blessings to all you guys that completed your Luciferian initiation yesterday. I know some of you were preparing for it for months. Some of you started preparing for it after last year. Some of you really put in some work getting there. So all you guys that did prepare, did go through with your self-initiation, I want to welcome you guys. Infernal blessings. And your work is well received. And I say that from a Luciferian perspective, from being able to tap in to that spiritual power and energy. Welcome is the word I say to you. So it came to me a couple days ago. I said, this is what we're going to do. Let me put it out here. That's why I titled this video that. Technically, traditionally, you know me, I'm heavily into this time of the year. My favorite time of the year. It's the most powerful time of the year. Pretty much, as I say, it culminates from the Devil's Shabbat, which they call All Hallows Eve or Halloween, going into Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, and then we wrap it up next week with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. A very powerful, culminating energy, which I've talked about, as you guys know, for many reasons. I know everybody has a different perspective and outlook on the holidays, and they have their reasons, and that's fine. I don't really give a shit. Couldn't care. I know mine, and I don't say that, to sound, stupid or arrogant, but I really don't give a fuck, right? I know how I tap in on my way. I'm not interested in your conscious woke perspective about holidays, because that's for all weak-minded individuals who are still trapped in their mortality. They want to complain about this and that and the origin of this, and all they do is break down the problems. But a real God, goddess, or master takes shit, turns it around, manipulates it, and turns it into what they need to manipulate it into for their personal benefit and growth. See, I don't complain about this shit. I take that energy and I reverse, because the reality is, as I said before, the holidays ain't going nowhere, people. Whether you like, love, or hate, and you can get into all your woke shit about it's pagan, it's this, it's that, it has origins in European, it had nothing to do with black folks or Latino folks or this or that. See, again, that's somebody from a weak mortal mind. See, really, if you understand when I teach about everything is one continuous present moment, shows when people make statements like that, they trapped in their mortality, in their ignorance, because they don't understand what this is really all about. And as I get that last class of the year, I'm going to be explaining to you guys shit on another level, in the sense of you're going to perceive this whole reality thing in a whole different level. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that, okay? Just to throw that out there, because, there's always the woke motherfuckers. They so woke, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But anyway, traditionally, right? And I'm a real traditionalist when it comes to Christmas. Love all that old school shit. right? I've broken down to you the origin of Saint Nick, aka Saint Nicholas, and how the mythology of Santa Claus is grafted from the actual character Saint Nicholas. As I've told you guys before, when you look him up, he's a canonized saint in the Catholic Church, was known for helping less fortunate children. He used to go to orphanages. He used to help children, give them gifts, this, that, and the other. So the mythology and it's encased in other mythologies, as I said before, but that's the root of it. And that's why you get that term Old Saint Nick. So you see they didn't hide the fact that they incorporated Saint Nicholas with Santa Claus, etc. But this video is not about Santa Claus, Hail Santa. It's not about that. This is about ritualizing. Traditionally, there's 12 days of Christmas, right? And if you have come up, especially when you go into Roman Catholicism, right? And they don't even call it that no more, right? As I said before, they just call it the Catholic Church. They've removed the Roman title for the most part. You never hear it referred to as Roman Catholicism. I'm a Roman Catholic. Like back in the day, you would say I'm a Roman Catholic. You just wouldn't say you were Catholic. But that's changed, and there's reasons for that. They try to uncover, because we know there's a lot of Roman mythology mixed in with Catholicism, ancient Egyptian mythology, etc. But anyway, there's 12 days of Christmas, which really, according to the liturgical calendar, it goes from the 25th to the 6th. Technically, it's about 13, but they count day one the day after. So what I came up with, again, as I've said in previous videos going back a few weeks ago, we must learn how to ritualize the holidays, right? I want you guys to take these 12 days, and especially if you did the Luciferian initiation, okay? This is perfect for those, and again, this will work for everybody. Anybody can do this. I want to make this clear. But it's going to be even more impactful for those who just completed their Luciferian initiation. So we have the 12 days of Christmas. We all heard the song, right? We're familiar with it growing up on the first day. That's where it comes from. Because traditionally, when you go back, a lot of us, including myself, we start the Christmas season earlier. Decorations go up at Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving. This is something that's more modern day, and I have no problem with it because I do the same thing. I like to extend this season because, to me, man, look, it's my favorite fucking time of the year. It comes so quick and it goes so quick. That's the downside. So I'm one of those early starters. I start right at Thanksgiving. But traditionally, you didn't start till Christmas Eve. When you go back to old school Christmas traditions, usually you put your tree up on Christmas Eve, your decorations, and I'm explaining to you why. All that stuff went up on Christmas Eve. The house was decorated because the next day was Christmas Day, and then you celebrated 12 days of Christmas afterwards, right? So you celebrated from the 26th to the 6th of January. Now, when you look at the Catholic liturgical calendar, that leads up to the Epiphany, right? On what they call the Epiphany, the acknowledgement of Christ the King on January 26th. So what's that symbolically representation of? How can we ritualize that into an occult practice, right? People talk about Christ consciousness. People talk about becoming quote unquote woke, which is a word I fucking can't stand. But on the 6th of January, which is the Epiphany of Christ the King, it's the acknowledgement of the birth of the Messiah, right? Confirming what the actual birth, so-called, we know those aren't the correct dates, but we're using the traditional system, the dates, and the calendar to use and ritualize this energy, right? So, like I said, you would put your Christmas tree up on Christmas Eve, your decorations. Next day would be Christmas Day. You would celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. I want you guys to ritualize these next 12 days. Now, if you watch this video afterwards, just jump in where you're fitting. If you can't get all the 12 days in, maybe you saw it afterwards. Or maybe you want to do the 12 and continue it further. That's fine. But for those that catch this right away, jump in. If you catch it a day or two late, just jump in. And what I want you to do each day, I want you, for the first 6 days, for the rest of this year, reflect specifically on what you accomplished And as I've said before, in this time of the season, look at both things: what you succeeded at, what you failed at. And then I want you, for those last 6 days, or you could do it 2 ways. You could do it each day. Focus on and reflect on what you succeeded and failed at, and then focus and put intent and energy towards your goals and what you want to accomplish going into next year. You can split that up 6 and 6, or do both in the same sitting. So what I want you to do, and I want this for you guys to naturally flow with it. It could be a meditation. It could be a simple invocation, invoking a specific deity, demon, or spirit that you have a personal relationship with or a stronger connection. And it doesn't need to be anything long or drawn out, 5-10 minutes per day for the next 12 days. I want you to ritualize these 12 days of Christmas. And if you want also, you can focus on a specific need you need to work on for each day. You can do it that way. Maybe you get creative in your own way. I'm just giving you ideas. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm telling you. I just want you to take these 12 days and tap into the power of the energy that's still out there. It's going to be strong now, leading up into what they call New Year's Eve, which is in the middle of these 12 days of Christmas, right? And as you get to that last day, the 6th, let that be representative of you coming into your divinity, right? And visualize yourself in a meditation, however you see fit, coming in to that aspect of your divinity, right? So I want you to ritualize these 12 days of Christmas in your own personal way. And again, if you come up with stuff, you're inspired to do something, change it, different, just do it. You don't need to email me. You don't need, hey man, I came up with this. Hey man, is it okay to do this or that? It's okay to do whatever the fuck you want, right? I'm just throwing some foundational ideas out there for you, right? Because I already know what I'm getting ready to do. I'm about to go get my exercise in. I'm gonna come back, do my work. And what I'm trying to get you guys to do is to start coming to that finish line strong as the year winds down, and then burst into that new year, powerful on a strong, level. Okay, so again, if you get inspired to do something completely different, but it's in alignment with ritualizing and tapping into these 12 days, that's fine. If you utilize the foundation, make the adjustments, how you see, that's fine. Or if you do it the way that I explained it in your own way, that's fine. Do however you see fit. But we're going to take those 12 days, and that epiphany, or coming into, quote unquote, that Christ consciousness, is going to represent us coming into our divinity, accepting rulership of us sitting on our throne of personal spiritual sovereignty. Okay? That's how I want you to utilize it, right? And tap into all the other stuff. Like I say, it's been, for me, this time of year is always great for me. Like I said, man, and man, if you're a sports fan, shit. The good thing when holidays fall on the weekend, there's a lot of football and basketball, and man, I mean, that's just adds to the punch for me, man. I watched a lot of good games these last few days. But tap into the power, man. This is a great time. I know for certain reasons, it's not. Some of it could be personal related, as I've said in previous videos, and I get that. Some just grumpy, overwoke folks, this, that, and the other, whatever. But tap into the power of family, friends. That's what the holidays about. Should be all year round, but the vibrational energy of that is extra powerful this time of year. It's been great, man. Getting together with family, between the food, the fun, playing all the traditional Christmas music, and I'm into all that shit. I'm already planning for next year. You're gonna think I'm crazy. So we got a whole setup. We were talking about my 4 Christmas trees set up throughout the house next year. We just ordered 2 white ones because, as you know, the day after Christmas, this is a great time of the year to shop for decorations because now everything goes on clearance. So Home Depot got some bomb-ass trees, man. So I just ordered these 2 white pre-lit 6.5-foot trees. We got a little setup for next year. I've ordered some You'll see it next year. I ordered this thing, this whole outdoor display that covers your entire garage. So I'm always looking for new ideas. Always trying to make the house into a winter wonderland. That whole Christmas vibe, energy, Santa Claus, the whole shit. You know, I never get tired of it. As I get older, I enjoy it even more than when I was a kid. But as I said, the love for this, you know, it goes back to when I was a small child, right? And I see it. It's a great thing now because I see my little guy, though he doesn't believe literally in Santa Claus, but the whole Christmas spirit and the energy, he loves it, man. He loves the songs now. I noticed especially this year more than previous years, I'll hear him singing the songs. I catch him putting on getting up in the morning, he puts on the Amazon app in the morning when we eat and he wants to hear the Christmas music. That's the shit that I'm talking about, people. It's about tapping into that frequency, you know, that sparks you, that ignite. I don't care what it is, right? And I'm going to get into some shit in that end of the year class about the pineal. I'm going to explain a lot of things to you, the changes that we need to make, including myself, all of us. Nobody's excluded from it, okay? But, man, I mean, not to sound cornball, man, but it's pure love this time of the year, man. The way I'm tapped in. Look, I get it. I know not everybody's tapped in on that same level. I know, again, everybody might have a different perspective, feel, and I get it. But I can only relate to how I'm tapped in. It's just the way it is. I get it. So if it don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. But man, I mean, I just can't describe it. Just the vibe, everywhere you go. You know, I just love the whole vibe of Christmas. Going into the stores, going, you know, buying the food, you know, the dessert, everything, man. It's love, man. It's like if people could live like this all year fucking round, right? For the most part, we could eliminate a lot of this bullshit that we deal with. Like, I mean, I got like a place here called Joseph's Italian Market. And it's pretty much where I get all my stuff for the holidays. A lot of food, desserts, party trays, this, that, and the other. You know, we go in there, we get like the pepperoni, salami, cheese trays, the prosciutto, all that shit, man. The desserts. I mean, you name it. I mean, I just love walking in there. I mean, I just love the energy, like where you go for those that are really putting that Christmas energy out there. I mean, like I say, my neighborhood's great because majority of people in the neighborhood is Christmas in there, man. You go through my neighborhood at night, everybody's got their houses, for the most part, everybody, you know, got their houses decorated. It's just, again, it's a downer a little bit for me when it's officially over and all the shit comes down. But, you know, it is what it is. But, again, it's the frequency to me and how I've been able to tap in over the years to the power and the energy of what they call in these holidays, okay? So again, I know everybody has their own perspective, and that's fine. But unfortunately, I can only tap into my experience and my perspective, and that'll never change. I get it. I don't give a fuck about you woke folks who get into all the stupidity about Christmas. It's pagan. It's Nimrod's birthday. I mean, you telling us as an occultist, that's right up our alley. If you into that Christian, Judaic, Islamic shit, then yeah, then that's on you. I know a lot of you motherfuckers, you closet Christmas celebrators. Man, I know a bunch. They claim they so righteous and religious. These motherfuckers got trees up, buying gifts for each other, pretending like they don't celebrate Christmas. See, that's the beauty of what we do. We ain't got a front. We could be ourselves. And you can't judge us according to your religious ideology. That's the beauty, right? We don't have to feel guilty for doing what we want, what makes us feel good. Some of you motherfuckers do, and that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. But it is what it is. But anyway, I am at my destination. It's time to get some 9 rounds in. Get it in. I'm looking definitely to go live maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'm looking maybe more so tonight, but we'll see soon. Do one more live for the end of the year. And maybe I'll shoot another video as I'm driving back. We'll see. But other than that, that's going to wrap it up. You know where to reach me at. You got to email me, khnum19@gmail.com. If you want to book a 2024 yearly forecast reading or any other reading or consultation, So the direct link to the Primordial Chaos podcast, along with my contact email address, also with the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Facebook page, Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of that information is in the description box of this video that you are watching right now. It's going to do it for Baniti. It's a Baniti Christmas. 12 days of Christmas. Let's get it in. It's not over, people. It's day one. Let's do it. Celebrate these next 12 days. We got New Year's coming up, holiday season. We're in the meat of it. Let's do it. Enjoy. Hopefully everybody's having a good holiday season. And as I put on the Instagram and the social media pages, I'll say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to the entire Primordial Chaos family. Let's keep this thing rolling. We'll talk soon. Infernal blessings.